All right.
We are officially live. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you're all enjoying your weeks. Wednesday and Thursday haven't been kind to me. Yesterday especially, the way, Jay, I don't know if you had any action on that T-Wolves-Grizzlies game last night, but Grizzlies plus 12.5 was disgusting, the way that lost. It was truly, truly disgusting. They got beat by 20 points in the fourth quarter. Just abysmal.
Oof, I wasn't on that one. I had left that one alone.
They were winning. I had 12.5. They were winning the whole game. And then they got beat by 20 points in the fourth quarter to blow the cover by 3 points.
It's devastating.
Disgusting. All right. Yeah. So Jay is dressed like he's about to go take right field for the Rangers right after the stream. So for some reason, Jay can't hear Prop Beaver. You guys can hear them both, right?
Yeah, let's confirm they could hear us before we continue.
I hear Prop Beaver just fine. And I can hear Jay, too. So I think it's just Jay can't hear Prop Beaver. I don't know what that is, what that's about. But only 7 games. Wait a second. Why is it say Michigan State? Hold on one second.
Minnesota.
1 second.
Oh, this guy.
Wait a second, though. That shouldn't say that. I just did it. Oh, I think I know what I did. Easy fix. Okay, so we're just going to have to do this. All right. There we go. First game is Sixers at Magic. Let's do it.
I can't read the comments. Can they hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying Jay talk, but I think they can hear Jay. He just hasn't spoken up.
Y'all can hear me? Hear me? Testing mic. 1, 2, 3. Money Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, the poll is running. Sixers. They can hear you. We're good. We're good. All right. So also I have to download the pick graphics that you sent in, Prop Beaver, right?
Yeah, they're on the Dropbox.
All right, cool. Grabbing them now. I was about 2 minutes behind, and I figured I'll just set it up here while everyone's here rather than start it 2 minutes late.
Make it a community process.
Yeah, so everyone can see the process. Okay. So anyway, first game is Philly at Orlando. Jay, are you making a move in this one? Jay, you with us?
Yes, sir. All right. I'm taking a shot here with the Orlando Magic, straight up money line. I think it's worth the shot. One thing I love doing in the NBA is taking teams at home in a bounce back spot and also in a revenge spot, and that's exactly what we have here with the Magic. The Magic have played their best basketball at home all season. I think they're 13-5 straight up at home off the top of my head. Philly, I want to say they're 10-7 off the top of my head on the road. I just think this is a shot, a place to take a shot. I know Wagner's still out for the Magic, but I could see Orlando playing some tight defense and playing their best basketball at home like they have all season. And in a revenge spot again, in a bounce back spot at the crib, sign me up.
I am on the other side of this. I am not trying to step in front of the Embiid train right now. He is rolling. The Philadelphia 76ers are 13-2 in their last 15 road games with Embiid on the floor, including 8 straight wins. Dude is averaging 40 a night. He's just unstoppable. And then you add in the fact that that's where Orlando struggles defensively against a short mid-range shot and shots at the rim. It just seems like another opportunity for Joel Embiid to continue this reign of terror. And also, Orlando hasn't quite been the same. It sucks to fade them because dating back to the second half of last year and the beginning of this year, I've made a lot of money betting on the Magic. So it sucks to see it kind of swing the other way. But Orlando, let me just pull it up to make sure. I'm pretty sure they're 6-12 in their last 18 games. So let me just pull it up to make sure that's accurate. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, they were 16-7. Yeah, they're 6-12 in the last 18 games. Now they've covered the number in a few of those losses, but still, Orlando's not quite the same. I'm not stepping in front of the Embiid train personally. Prop Beaver, let me guess. Joel Embiid over.
No. No, I don't really bet Embiid overs, which I probably should do more, but no, I just feel like they're always overhyped. In this situation, I'd probably go and lay the 5.5 with Philly. The one thing that's really getting me to the side of Philly is that yes, the Magic have a great defense and all that, but their main weakness all season has been their defensive three throw rate, consistently bottom 10 in the league. And if you got guys who are willingly hacking other players, when you go against Embiid, I mean, that's just a literal nightmare. I don't really know what they could do defensively. I'm assuming they're going to try to throw two guys his way, but I mean, he's a great passer these days, and he's really setting up some awesome shots for his teammates. It hurts that D'Anthony Melton is out. That's one thing that would make me a little less confident in this one, but the Magic overall right now just aren't really playing great basketball. I mean, Markelle Fultz is back, but he's not providing anything from a scoring output. So, yeah, I'd probably lay it with Philly.
All right, two of us on Philly, Jay on a Magic Island, and the community agrees with us. It looks like we're 58% to 34% in favor of the Sixers. Next. Now I'm going to have to switch these graphics every time, but it only takes a second. All right, next up is Spurs at Hornets. I don't know what to do. Maybe let's see what the poll thinks on this one. Really don't want to back the Spurs, but at the same time, can you lay 4.5 points with the Hornets? I think I was originally leaning Spurs, but I'll put Hornets -4.5 on the screen. But this is not like if one of these guys has something they're more confident with, I would tell one of them. There's not many winnable games on the Hornets schedule, but with LaMelo Ball back in the lineup at home, you would think this is one of them. So maybe they take this opportunity to grab a win. Really don't like it at all. This is just the way I'd lean. Prop Eber?
Yeah, I mean, this is a brutal one. I missed the boat on LaMelo Ball's over earlier today. It was at 25.5. Now it's at 27.5, and that's not really a number I want to play it at. I like the Hornets offense to do some numbers here. I mean, if you look at the Spurs defensive rating this season without Victor Wembanyama on the court, it's 126.7. That is miles worse than the Washington
That's how many points.
Wizards.
That's how many points they're allowing with Wembanyama off the court.
126.7 defensive rating. Yes.
100. So damn near 127 points allowed per 100 possessions. That's crazy.
And they're only scoring 114 per 100 possessions without Wembanyama. Their net rating without him is negative 12.1.
That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points.
They are the worst team in basketball without Victor Wembanyama on the court by a mile. And now they're going to be on the road where they've sucked all season. I'm going to lay the 4.5 with the Hornets. It's disgusting because this Hornets team, I mean, if you just look at the recent game logs, they aren't even keeping things close, but you got to find I don't know. They got to find a way somehow one of these days, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, there's not many opportunities for the Hornets on the schedule to win games. This is actually one of them. So, Jay, are you doing anything in this disgusting game?
So I agree with a lot of what Prop was saying there. I've been listening to him on the replay.
Oh, you can't wait. You can hear him?
No, on my phone, I'm listening to it.
Oh.
So if it, sorry about that. So if it sounds like, if it looks like I'm looking off to the side, that's what I'm doing.
Got it.
But I'm on the Hornets in this spot too. I agree with a lot of what he said. But the reason I like it is something similar to what I said in the Magic game. Is I love taking teams in a bounce back spot at home and revenge spots as well. And that's what we have here. The Spurs blew the doors off the Hornets just last week. It was a 30-point blowout. They're now at home at the crib. And kind of like what Kyle said, Friday night in Charlotte for a team, a city that's not going to have very many wins this season. The stars align for them tonight. And I think we actually see them hoop. So I'm going to lean towards Charlotte laying the number here too.
Yeah, and I mean, in that game, Wembanyama had 26 points and 11 rebounds in 20 minutes. So now he's off the court. That's an insane per minute production that's now off the court. And defensively, that's taking away.
The 127 defensive rating without Wembanyama is crazy. I was just leaning Hornets, but I might actually bet it now that both you guys like it.
Yeah.
So the poll definitely leaning towards Charlotte. 60% to 24% in favor of the Hornets. So Hornets, and the first poll was Sixers. All right, next game. Let's update the graphic real quick. And it is Nuggets at Celtics. All right, so we got a good game here. The line has gotten away from us, though. So
Yeah, Jesus.
My NBA Finals right here, low key.
this low key. You can't call it low key if it's a very popular NBA Finals selection.
Yeah, I mean,
I would imagine they're
pretty
both the
good
favorite
points.
to go from their conference.
But low key though.
So I took this. Last night when I was making the video. So this line opened at 4.5. Then it was 5. And I was recording the video. I was like, all right, it's at 5.5. I'll still do the Celtics, but this is getting a little testy. We're at 7 now, and it's getting to the point where it's like, dude, I'll put Celtics -7 up because that's the side I would be on, but I wouldn't bet it at 7. I won't take the Nuggets because the numbers are pretty clear here. Boston is like unstoppable at home. Not to mention they're coming off an easy game where they pretty much were resting. Actually, I don't think they rested any pieces, but they were thinking about it 2 nights ago. They've had this one circled. Nuggets haven't been that reliable of a road team. In fact, I believe they're the second least profitable road team in against the spread in the league this year. So betting the Nuggets on the road has been crushing you if you've been doing it. Not to mention just overall on a basketball level, Boston's been playing at a more sharp and crisp level than the Nuggets have over the last handful of games, 10 games, 15 games. So no question, Nuggets is a side here, but now that we're up at 7, I mean, I can't tell you, yeah, this is a good bet, Boston at -7. I mean, we're talking about the defending champs and laying 7 points. So I like Boston. Boston is the side, in my opinion, but I hate the number. I feel like the value's completely passed us over. Jay?
I'm on the Nuggets in this one. And I'm also going to take a money line. And I'm well aware that the Boston Celtics are 20-0 in Boston this season. And I'm well aware that the Denver Nuggets have looked terrible on the road. We just see them lose to Philly. The Utah Jazz beat them up. But there's moments in time where good games happen and good teams show up. And the Denver Nuggets are still, the last time I checked, the defending champions. I am holding a Boston Celtics future to win the NBA Finals. And I do think they're going to beat the Denver Nuggets to win that NBA Finals. But I don't know, man. I just think that the Nuggets, the defending champions, are being disrespected in this spot. They still have the best player in the world, in my opinion, on their team, in Nikola Jokic. And I love Boston. And they've been hooping at home in the crib. But I'm going to take a shot here with Denver and on the road in Boston. I just think, you know, the Celtics are not going to win every home game this season. I mean, and if they do, it's going to be surprising. So there's got to be, somebody's got to knock them off, and why not the Nuggets? You take a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said about that this line is disrespectful to the defending champions. I agree. It just I couldn't get there because it's everything just points towards the Boston Celtics cruising here, but this isn't even on my final ticket. I wish it was because I would love to argue with Jay and go toe-to-toe with them, but I didn't even bet it. This didn't even make my ticket. This is just the way I would lean. Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I mean, the way the line's moving, it's telling me that Boston's about to kick their ass. Just from what I'm looking at, I mean, the defending champs getting this many points. I know it's on the road, but Jesus Christ, it seems like they're really making a statement there. I'm fading a member of the Nuggets. I'm fading Michael Porter Jr. I got under 2.5 3-pointers made and under 15.5 points. Put a half unit on both. That comes out to 1 unit at +103 if we win both of those bets. It feels a bit scary, this one, but those are the best bets to make, in my opinion. That's where I'm at my most profitable when it's disgusts me. MPJ is on a heater right now. He's flew over 15.5 points his last 5 or 6 games. He's averaging 18 points per game on 55% shooting. Unreal. But the efficiency is unsustainable, and the volume isn't even that great. I mean, he shot the ball 14 or less times in all but one of those games, averaging just 12 per game. With 14 or less field goal attempts on the road this season, he's 10-5 to the under, averages 12.7 points per game. And with the full starting 5 healthy this year on the road, he's just 7-4, averaging 12.5 points per game. Now he's got a brutal matchup against Boston. I mean, this team allows the fewest points per game, second lowest field goal percentage, and 4th fewest 3-pointers made to small forwards this season. And their last 7 games, they have dramatically improved their 3-point defense. During the span, they're allowing the 11th fewest 3-point attempts, 2nd fewest 3-pointers made, and lowest 3-point percentage on catch and shoots. That's all Michael Porter Jr. does. 52% of his shots come from 3. And let's just look at the last 2 times he faced Boston with Jamal Murray on the court. Scored 7 and 0 points on 16% shooting, 9.1% from 3. And if you're looking at day splits, I mean, this guy sucks on 2-day rest. 35% from 3-pointer, 6 and 1 to his 3-point under, 5 and 2 to his points under. The books are dangling this, betting us to take his over here. I'm going to play it sharp. I'm going to fade the under. I could see a Celtics blowout here.
I finally found the graphic, so it took me a while to find that. So it's Michael Porter Jr. under 2.5 3-pointers made and under 15.5 points. That's correct?
Yeah,
Michael Porter Jr. never sling the rock. Porter Jr.
Never sling the rock. But yeah,
what
Porter,
Jay said.
I feel like whenever I fade the Nuggets, Porter Jr. is the one that kills me. But our poll is leaning towards Denver here, and at this number, I can't say if you're taking Denver plus 7, I can't say I blame you. 49% to 41%. So Denver does win the poll, but it's pretty split. Next game. Let's get the graphic up and see what we got next. And it is Hawks at Heat. I ended up getting some closing line value on this almost unintentionally because I was leaning Hawks in the beginning, but then Trae Young was ruled out. So then the number went up to 8.5, and I grabbed it. It was a very small bet. Like, hey, I'll take the Hawks at 8.5. Fade the Heat as big home favorites is always profitable. And now it's down to 7. So unintentionally got some. I didn't know it was going to come back down to 7. So I'm holding an Atlanta plus 8.5 ticket. It's one of my smallest bets of the night. But really, this is just a fade of Miami Heat in this spot. I mean, Miami Heat at home, not profitable against the spread this year or last year. In fact, last year they were one of the worst home teams in the NBA. Them right alongside Jay's beloved Dallas Mavericks. And also another spot that the Heat are not profitable at all. And I mean, this one's bad. When the Heat are favored by 5 or more points, they're terrible. I mean, this year it's 2-7 against the spread. Last year was even worse than that. It was truly awful. Whenever the Heat are a big home favorites, fade them, and you almost always win. So that's a lot of the logic that has led me to arrive at this bet. Like I said, it is one of my smaller ones because the way the Hawks are playing right now, which, by the way, I like. I like how they're not relying on the three-point shot as much anymore because that was not working. They're driving to the basket. We're seeing a lot more of like the high screen and those little alley-oops to Capella that we saw during the playoff run. We're seeing them do that. The problem is Trae Young is a big part of that, and he's not playing. And also, something the Hawks have done really well recently is get to the foul line. Miami doesn't send anybody to the foul line. They're really disciplined on defense. They don't foul much. So it's not a good matchup for the Hawks. Oh, and also, I don't personally buy into this shit, but it's like Dwayne Wade honor night or something in Miami. So if you're the type of person that bets based on that, it would be a Miami spot because they're doing some honorary thing for Dwayne Wade, the championship team or something. So the only reason I know that is because S. Miami Heat fan, made sure I knew that. It's like, no way the Heat are losing on their home floor on whatever night or whatever the hell he said. Prop Beaver?
I've seen occasions like that go absolutely disastrous. They'll dedicate a game to someone to get their ass beat at home. I've been to many of those for the Mets. So I feel like the Hawks could do something here. I'm with you. I think the Hawks can cover the +7, but I took a bet that correlates with that. I took DeJounte Murray over 6.5 assists. I got that at +115. Lucky me, because now it's up at -128. I would still take it there. I actually did take it there because ESPN took my bet away at first. I don't know what the hell that was about. They did a no action because they got beat on the line. Then they gave it back because people were bitching. So I got 2 units now in the fucking Murray over 6.5 assists. Let me explain why I like it. If this was
hold on, let me
San Antonio,
real quick correction. It's not Dwayne Wade. It's Udonis Haslem retirement night, and that means something to the freaks in Miami, I guess. All right, go on.
Okay. Whatever that. Udonis. Okay. Yeah. So, dude, if this guy was in San Antonio with this line, we'd be shitting our pants, taking out a second mortgage to go bet is over. This is one of the best playmakers in the game. He's 8-1 without Trae Young since 2022, averaging 8.6 assists per game. This year, he's had 9 and 10 assists on 14 and 16 chances without Trae Young, which would rank about 3rd in the NBA season long. And even with Trae this season, he had 5 and 6 assists against Miami on 10.5 potential assists. That was despite Trae Young having 23 potential assists per game in that. So that leaves a ton of playmaking chances open. And Murray already hit 6+ his last 4 or 6 against Miami. We just need to take that extra step and get to 7. We've been seeing primary guys rack up their dimes against Miami because that's what Spo's been doing. He's trying to eliminate the number one scoring option and make them facilitate, make those supplementary options beat them. And it's been successful lately. I mean, we've recently seen against Miami, Quickly with 9, Barnes with 8, Bridges with 6, Rozier with 7, Banchero with 6, SGA 8, J-Dub 12. I could go on for days. I don't want to bore anybody. But I think that trend is going to continue today. I think the Hawks are going to be able to cover, but I don't think it's going to be because the DeJounte's scoring. I think it's going to be because he's dishing it out. So that's what I'm riding with here.
Some funny comments.
And the Heat defense at home sucks. Bottom 10 compared to top 3 on the road.
The guy said, "Oh, Udonis Haslem night. Hawks have no chance now." I think he's being sarcastic. Jay, do you believe in the Udonis Haslem night thing?
So I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. I am completely not betting this game whatsoever. Reason being, like Kyle said, one of my favorite money-making spots last season was to absolutely fade the Miami Heat blindly at home. When they were laying huge numbers, they would play lackadaisical basketball in like the third quarter-ish, and they would allow bad teams to stay close, and they would win the game, but most of the time fail to cover. And that's kind of how – and sometimes they would lose outright, hence why they had to go through the play-in to make the Eastern Conference Finals. But on the other side, the Atlanta Hawks, man, this is the worst ATS team in NBA history. I don't even know if many people know that. There has never been a team to start this bad against the number. They are 10-30 this season against the number, the Atlanta Hawks. So I've been fading them blindly this season as well. And so they're a team that's been overvalued all season as well. I like that prop from Prop Beaver. I could see DeJounte Murray having a nice game here, but it's a pick between two evils. If you guys really want to lean, I lean Atlanta. But again, I'm not betting this game. I have bet Atlanta once this season, and I lost, and I told myself never again. So.
I just lost with the Hawks myself the other night in the Magic game on Wednesday. And I also have been fading the Hawks pretty religiously this season, but I liked it on Wednesday. Wrong decision. I chose poorly. So our poll is 52%, 29% towards the Heat. So community likes the Heat pretty heavily here. I guess they're believers in the Udonis Haslem jersey retirement. I'm not seeing it, but hey, I'm a Knicks fan. Let's go to the next game, and the next game is Suns at Pelicans. And Jay, I'm going to pass you the mic. And you're going to try to explain to us what the hell this line is. What is going on with this line? Because I do not know. Is there somebody sitting that we don't know about? Shouldn't this be Pelicans -7.5?
The Phoenix Suns have the exact same syndrome as the Atlanta Hawks. The books just continue to overvalue this team. They've been overvalued all season long, and that's why they're the second worst ATS team in basketball. It's just really that simple. Sometimes, us as professionals, we have to sit down and understand that the books lines are not always that sharp. Sometimes they're just wrong about teams, and they've been wrong about certain teams all season long. And yeah, you get bit, trying to go the other side. But in this spot, everything here yells Pelicans, and I'm not trying to be the one to be the smartest one in the room. I'm just gonna trust what I've seen all season long, and that's the Pelicans have been the better team, and at home tonight where they've played their best basketball, sign me up.
Could not agree more with everything he just said. Look, I know some people who just blindly bet the really sharp lines in the spots that don't look right, and I know some people that have turned a profit doing that, but I think what Jay said is spot on. I think they're just wrong, and I think they're just incorporating a lot of the I don't want to say like casual NBA fans because it sounds disrespectful, but I mean like people who don't really bet NBA every night seriously, that are just seeing like, oh my God, Suns, big three, getting 2 points. And the reason that I was a little more confident because in the Discord, someone asked what's the difference between what's square and sharp mean. Someone asked that. So I basically just explained like, say you see Chiefs at Raiders, Chiefs -4.5. Everybody's going to be on the Chiefs money line in the parlays. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you really should double check yourself before you take it, because the obvious casual bettor is going to be on it. And I said tonight the only square bet on the board is probably Pelicans -1.5. And he responded, and goes, wouldn't the square bet be the Suns because of the big three? And the fact that he said that means maybe I'm right. Maybe there are a lot of just casual NBA fans that still believe in this big three of the Suns and just haven't seen the lack of production on the court. What Jay said is spot on. They are the second worst. They are approaching Atlanta Hawks territory. They're still about 4 games up on them against the spread, but they're down there. They are down there. I will say Suns on the road, not quite as bad as the Suns at home. The Suns in Phoenix, just don't think fade. Suns on the road haven't been quite as bad, but I'm a believer in this Pelicans team. And I like how it's not just one guy. I like how even Ingram's role in the team has taken a step back. It's a complete team. Sometimes McCollum's the guy. Sometimes it's Zion. Sometimes it's Ingram. I play a lot of defense. I love Herb Jones. I love the team. And I think this line is a gift. Maybe we're a bunch of squares up here, but this line just feels like a gift to me.
We might be. We'll see.
Are you a square with us, Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I think I have to be. I just looking at the 4 factors. The Pelicans have advantages in multiple spaces there. And then on top, the Suns, what do they live off? They live off the mid-range. That's what all their guys, KD, Beal, they live off that long mid-range. Well, the Pelicans are a top 10 defense against that. The only thing really working for Suns bet here is that the Suns team is better on the road. That's definitive. Their defense is light years better on the road. And the Pelicans at home just aren't as impressive as they are on the road for some strange reason. I have no clue why or what the correlation is. But I mean, if we're just talking about the matchup, the Pelicans hate the Suns hate the Pelicans on the home floor. I'm rolling with the Pels here. I'm rolling Willie Green. He's got an agenda against the sorry ass Suns. I think he puts them to bed tonight.
So we are all squares on this show. We're a bunch of squares, and so is the community. But you know what? Squares cash sometimes, and I don't see how you take the Suns at a short line. If you didn't show me anything or were like, Kyle, handicap this game, what's the line? I swear I would have said Pelicans -7.5. I think it's that far off.
I would have said 5 and 5, and I can hear Prop Beaver now. I can hear him.
Yeah, I saw he clicked. I don't know. His audio changed in my ear, so I don't know if his whatever.
Huh.
But anyway, 70% to 21%. The community's on the Pels with us. We're all on the Pels here.
Let's do it. The public win too. That's what I say when.
Hell yeah. Hopefully they win that one. And we were just talking about that earlier. How the whole public sharp thing has gotten so blown out. It's not every single game. There's not a public side and a sharp side. In this whole board, that's really the only game that has a square side and a sharp. Most games, there's people on both sides.
The sharpest people I know, this is what they tell me. There's no such thing as a sharp side. There's only such things as sharp numbers.
Right.
And most of the time, if you're looking at something and you thinking you're trying to bet the sharp side, you probably already missed the number and you're now a quote unquote sharp chaser.
Yeah.
So if you're a sharp and you did your homework correctly and you beat the line movement, then you did your homework. Other than that,
I also don't find that angle of sports betting as exciting and fun as just picking sides, or it's
there you go.
It's just
I don't know. I like being a contrarian prick. It's the best.
Well, it's contrarian. It's not necessarily contrarian.
You.
It's more just there should be more of a reason. If you have reasons to back it up, it's just I'm on this side because the public on that side is just usually probably not the best way to go.
Yeah.
All right. So Pacers at Blazers. Indiana -5.5. Portland plus 5.5. So we have updates on whether these guys are playing.
So Simons just got added to the injury report.
Siakam's probable.
And the last time that happened with Simons, he sat.
So Halliburton's questionable. Looks like Siakam is going to play. Simons is now questionable. He wasn't questionable before. You're right. Andrew Nemhard's questionable too.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you bet the Pacers if there's a chance both Halliburton and Nemhard are out? So you know what? I'm just going to put Blazers plus 5.5 up here. Didn't bet this game, but I wouldn't lay it with the Pacers unless I knew Halliburton was going to play or Nemhard or something. With so many question marks, Blazers are pass, I guess. Prop Beaver.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of annoying that Simons got added to questionable during the show because my pick is Jeremy Grant. So I don't know if that line's going to be available right now. I'm just going to speak as if it is available. I got a 19.5 this morning. I'm still more than fine with that 20.5 that was on DK.
Right as you're talking, they're listing all the news literally about this game.
Oh,
So
okay.
Nemhart is out. Halliburton's still listed questionable. And Nesmith is officially questionable. Those are the two that just came across now.
Nemhart officially out. Isaiah Jackson officially out. Matherin's questionable. Actually, he was questionable for it too.
Yeah, it's literally like as you were talking. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's ugly, man.
It's ugly. So.
Yeah, but still, I like Jeremy Grant. I don't give a fuck who's playing, who's sitting. I don't give a rat's ass. We're getting a nice discount here because Anthony Simons being active, which I at least thought he was going to be active. We're getting a discount because Simons was supposed to be active and a slew of recent blowouts. But at homes with Simons, this guy's incredible. 5-1 to the over this season, averaging 24 points per game, 35 minutes, 17.3 field goal attempts per game. And going back to 22, he's cashed his last 10 of 11 games with Simons at 30-plus minutes at home. The minutes are key because this Portland team, they're ass. They get blown out quite often, and that's what offers us some blowouts when they go back home and they're better. And that's what we need for volume because with 14-plus field goal attempts at home, he's 21-6 since 2022. Now going to face a Pacers defense that has been good eats for opposing power forwards. Indy allows the most points per game and second highest field goal percentage of power forwards this season. Power forwards with 14-plus field goal attempts versus the Pacers, 13-2 to the over this season, averaging 31 points per game. I don't know if you know the website Ballpark Pal, but they have a new NBA site, Courtside Pal. And what the model does is they profile players by the shot profile rather than their position. Well, Indy allows the most points per game to Grant shot style. And he had 34 against Indy.
What the hell's a shot style? What the hell's a shot style?
It's like their frequency from different areas of their floor.
Oh, okay, like zone. Okay.
Yeah, so it like does that instead of power. I think it's really cool.
That's not bad. I like that. I've always used cleaning the glass for that.
This year. Yeah, and if we get Simons out, this dude's gonna have enough volume to absolutely fucking murder this line. So if Grant is still available, take it. If he's not, I mean, fuck. I don't. I'll DM me if you want to take it, and I'll look at the number with you and tell you whether it's worth it or not.
Jay, someone in the comments wants to know if you're related to the former Bears linebacker Lance Briggs. It's a pretty common last name.
Yeah, I am not. But it was sure cool to see like your name like in Madden because of him. Like you were little, so
yeah. So there's that.
They would say their name, you know what I mean? Because he was already in the game. So that was pretty cool. But in this game, the Pacers are head and shoulders the better team. But all this injury news concerns me. But I could also just see if Siakam does play, the boost in energy. The thing is, man, I don't know I think this Siakam trade is underrated, bro. I'm somebody who have been in love with the Indiana Pacers all season. I flew to Vegas to watch them in the in-season tournament. Like, I've been infatuated with this team. This is the number one offensive team in the NBA. They're one of the fastest pace play teams as well. And I think the perception is they shoot a lot of threes, but this team also gets to the bucket as well, better than any other team in the league. They're the number one offense in the NBA. And what does Siakam do better than just about any other player in the NBA? He gets to the rim. He's a fast break type player. I think he's going to fit in perfectly. And
I agree with that.
The Blazers, man, you know what I mean? Now, so the question is does all the pieces just come together night one for the Indiana Pacers? I'm not 100% sure. So that's why I'm not 100% sure if I'm betting this game. But if I were to, I would lean Pacers, in all honesty.
Well, because when I first looked at it, like late last night, I was like, all right, Pacers on a back-to-back. They just had a big upset win over Sacramento. But now it's looking like a completely different lineup is going to be out there because last night it was McConnell, Ben Shepherd. Those are the guys that were balling for the Pacers against the Kings last night. And now they might have Halliburton and Siakam out there. Like a completely different lineup. So does the back-to-back even matter? I'm not betting this shit. I'll tell you straight up.
Straight up.
62%, 21% in favor of Indiana. Pacers definitely win the poll. Next. Oh, I know what the last game is.
Yeah, so do I.
It's Nets Lake Show.
So do I.
The Lake Show.
All right.
This bet is going to be so gross, so nasty.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's going to feel so right.
Go ahead, take it first. I mean, you're gassing the bet up like that. You
you
got-
I'm gonna take the Nets plus the 7.
He's
I'm gonna take the
catching the
Nets
falling
plus the 7.
knife. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna play catch.
Did you
with
watch
it.
my YouTube video last night?
No, I actually didn't get to yet. But
So I was wondering
this
if you
is
were
just-
tailing me. I'm also on the Nets.
No, but this is just something I was looking at last night. I kind of like the matchup for him. And I'll tell you why, because this is a Lakers offense that loves to attack the paint, attack the rim, and that's really what all this Nets defense can do in terms of defense. I mean, they're 5th in paint frequency, 13th in efficiency the last 10 games, 12th in rim frequency, 10th in rim efficiency their last 10 games. But once it gets past that point, I mean, it's really ugly. And I just don't think the Lakers have the outside shooters to really get the jobs done. I mean, D'Angelo Russell could go out there and bowl tonight, but he's coming off I think a season high. I don't know if I really expect him to go out there and just light up the scoreboard again. He's not a very consistent shooter, very inefficient at times. And then when it comes to the other side of the ball, what is the Lakers' strength? Well, they can protect the rim, but that's
The
not
Nets
what
don't
the
attack
Nets
the rim.
do. They're a team that likes to shoot the 3 ball, and the Lakers fucking suck at defending the 3 ball right now. They're actually 30th in above the break frequency and 20th in efficiency over the last 10 games. As long as the Brooklyn Nets aren't shooting up some shitters, I mean, I think they could keep this game relatively close. I mean, this Lakers offense at home really sucks. The Nets have been playing at such a slow pace that they're actually limiting their opponents' points. They just need to put some points on the board, and they're going to cover some numbers here. I was thinking about the Lakers team total under. I was thinking about the Nets plus 7. I'm thinking of just make it simple, go Nets plus 7.
Couldn't agree more. And to summarize what Prop Beaver just said in 2 sentences, on one side, when Lakers have the ball, they love to attack the rim. That's all the Nets can do on defense is protect the rim. You got to shoot on the Nets to beat them. They're terrible out there. Lakers don't shoot. And on the other side of the ball, the Lakers are elite at protecting the basket. The Nets have no interest of going in the paint. Every single scorer on that team's a jump shooter, and which the Lakers, like Prop Beaver said, has really struggled with. And then to take it one step further, so it's a positive matchup for the Nets on paper, in my opinion. But to take it one step further, look at the spot. You got the Brooklyn Nets coming off a humiliating loss to Portland, where they got upset. They were 6.5-point favorites. They lost. And you got the Lakers coming off a huge win on ESPN over Jay's Dallas Mavericks. Huge win for the Lakers. That was a big game on national TV. Luka Doncic played. They won convincingly. Everyone is flying high. Vibes are high in the Lakers. I think the Nets can win. And look, they are preface this all that by saying the Brooklyn Nets are 2-14-1 against the spread in the last 17. They are terrible. So
falling knife.
Oh yeah, this knife is falling fast.
Yeah.
So I am not going to say, and this is what I said on YouTube last night. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to bet the Nets because with the way they're hitting right now, I'm telling you that I'm betting the Nets. You make your own decision. Yeah, I'm on Brooklyn here. Jay.
You guys made some really good points in this game. And when I did my jam session this morning, I said I'm not betting the Nets. Me personally, I'm not doing it. Am I mad at you guys for doing so? No, I actually like a lot of what you guys said. And I think this line here, so in the NBA, there are teams that are a little more public and their lines are a little more inflated. And the Lakers are one of those teams. And if I were to make the line in this game, it would probably be 4.5. I mean, the Lakers,
Exactly.
The Lakers, they're not world beaters right now. They're the 11th seed in the West. That's what they are. Now, they have looked good here recently. And would I be surprised if they beat up on the Brooklyn Nets? No, I wouldn't. So it's a tough game. You know what I mean? I don't want to catch the falling knife with Brooklyn. I don't want to do it.
0-10 in their last 10 road games against the spread, the Nets.
You feel me?
It's ugly. But that's crazy that you didn't watch the video, Prop Beaver, because you said the same points.
I feel bad because this morning on the gym session, I did tell people I lean Lakers. But you guys might have swung me enough here to make me lean Nets because this line probably should be Lakeshore like 4.5.
I agree with the 4.5. We're getting about 2.5 points too many. It's just like got to play the number. And Toast would say, got to play the number.
Got to play the number. I hope Toast is watching. It's all that. But yeah, I liked the Nets as soon as I saw it. I was like, because the Lakers have really struggled against jump shooters. And if the Nets shots are falling, the mid-range shot and the outside shots are falling, I think they win.
Yeah.
So it's fucking crazy. I know. But that's how I feel, and that's what I'm betting. Obviously, our poll is leaning the other way. 50% on the Lakers, 38% on the Nets. So our community is leaning towards the Nets, probably for good reason. Yep, but I'm on Brooklyn. Let's do the community parlay.
Last time I was here, we hit, man. Let's go. Let's go back, man. Let's go back to back.
Actually, I think that was the last time we hit. We hit 3 out of 4, and then we haven't hit since. So I think your episode's the last time we hit.
Let's do it.
We got 76ers at Magic. That was Sixers won that poll.
Come on, community.
Spurs at Hornets. Hornets money line. Nuggets at Celtics. Nuggets won that poll. So Nuggets money line is in the poll. Hawks at Heat was Heat money line. All right, what's the first leg? And by the way, because there's only 7 games, you're going to have a couple chances to vote. So whoever finishes in second on this poll will have another chance to get in there.
Dude, some of the boosts on
someone's saying
man.
Bridges may not play. He was listed as probable.
I saw something that he is going to play.
No, he's already been ruled in, Bridges. You got me. Almost got me there, comments. You almost got me there, comments.
Sick bastard.
Thanks, Bob. Said he really likes this Friday format. Yeah, Jay's coming every Friday now. It's set in stone. Jay's here on Fridays. So I don't have to worry about scheduling, because trying to find guests is, you would think it'd be easy, because it's all through like a Twitter DM. Like, people forget because they're doing their own thing. They have their own shows. So I need set Jay on Fridays. Don't have to think about it. He knows he's coming. I know he's coming. Perfect. So 76ers money line is going to be the first leg of the community parlay. And here's the last one. Who ruined this one? Michigan State? No, they won. Raptors ruined it. All right, so first,
if that was the Kings game against the Sun, then the Kings too.
No, that was yesterday. No, the Kings lost. The Kings lost too. So the Kings lost to the Patriots. Yeah. All right, so so the Kings also ruined it. Next up, so in second place was the Hornets. So if you voted on Hornets money line, you'll get another chance to vote for them. People dying to get the Hornets in there.
I was gonna say.
Pelly's money line, Pacers money line.
I'm probably betting them Hornets today. I coming into the show, I was on the fence, but we all alone, and I'm probably.
Yeah, I liked the points you guys made too. My only angle was Hornets don't have many winnable games, and this is one of them. and Wemby's out, but you guys both liked it, so sounds good to me. And
I think when me and Jay made our prediction about the Spurs possibly being a play-in team, we knew Wemby was going to be like a generational player, obviously.
Do you guys want to comment on that prediction?
How fucking bad the rest of the team is. That's the problem.
I tried telling you guys that was the worst team in the Western Conference. You didn't want to listen.
Well, nobody else on the team took a step forward. It's crazy.
Yep.
They're all worse than last year. How the fuck is that possible?
Pelicans money line is second. So now it looks like Pacers got 25%. So Pacers, Hornets, Lakers, Heat. Pacers, Hornets, Lakers, Heat. Pacers.
It's going to be a juicier one than normal. No big favorites.
All right, community.
Lakers money line, Heat money line. All right, so first and second place in this poll will make the community parlay. So it's Sixers, Pelicans, and then the 2 winners of this poll. Cast your votes.
High stakes.
I don't know if I wonder if do these Friday slates start turning up a bit after? Maybe they're keeping it low because there's football tomorrow.
I don't know. I was thinking about that.
I feel like it used to be 13 game slates on Friday.
Normally a Friday, Wednesday we're getting 13. Tuesday, Thursdays the days where you're getting 4.
Yeah, but I mean
today we had that one postponement.
Right, but that would have only been 8. That's still a little weaker, I felt like, than it was last year.
Next Friday is only 8. I just looked.
Yeah, they redid it. I wish the NBA, and I've been saying this for years.
February they turn it up.
I wish NBA did it like the NFL, where there's set days, like Monday night and Friday night's NBA night, where there's 13 games, other than the 4 teams that don't play have the primetime Tuesday, Thursday TNT matchups. Where it's like,
Yeah.
because football, what they did was they carved off a day of the week from the schedule. Like, oh no, don't call me on Sunday. You know what I'm doing. Where if NBA had like Monday nights and Friday nights, like, I'm watching basketball on Mondays and Fridays. You know that. But they spread it out.
Yep.
So I'll give it 5 more seconds. Looks like Hornets are going to make it. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end poll. Hornets money line, Pacers money line. 76ers money line, Pelicans money line, Hornets money line, Pacers money line. Prop Beaver?
1 second. Sorry, got a little bit distracted there. So we got the Hornets money line, the Pacers money line. Let's add those in. It comes out to plus 465.
Plus 465. That's juicy. It's a nice hit. So Philly, New Orleans, Charlotte, Indiana. Community parlay. Jay going for back-to-back. The community parlay hit his last time on last Friday. Everyone, let's have a great night. Remember to bet responsibly. I'll be back with Toast and Andy for college basketball tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. But everyone else, have a great night. Bet responsibly, and I will talk to you in the Discord later.